Morning. Get me out on a Sunday. Parked just up there. I was going to put, that's Ramshaw Rocks, I was going to park just side of Ramshaw and go up and over Ramshaw and then down here to where I am now, but the car park's solid up where I was going to park, which I sort of expected with it being a Sunday, so I don't normally come out at weekend even if I get the chance. But it's going to rain for the next fortnight, so today's not too bad a day, so I'll give it a whiz. Circular route, about 10 miles I think, if all goes to plan. It's what I've done before in various configurations. So yeah, I'm going to drop down here now through all this field complex and potential mud fest, although it doesn't seem too bad at the moment, but I don't presume that'll continue. For one moment, I've done this sort of route years ago, I think when we first did the Roaches, but when I've done it subsequently, I've always carried on down the road. I don't really like road walking, but that sort of takes us down to Gladbach. This will take me down and sect sort of a bit lower down where I want to go to. We'll get to the Junkers 88 German bomber wreckage. Not much of it, but pick it up on my travels. So over to the Junkers 88, then make a route over to Lud's Church, follow it around from there and up and over, I think it's called Black Forest, but it's like an edge route. So it takes me over there. That brings me to the end of the Roaches, which is this, what's in front of me here. So around there, round the back, going to come up onto the top of the Roaches. The Lancaster is, I guess, under that rock outcrop. I think the trig point's basically up there. So the first rock outcrop as you're going along the Roaches, and there-ish, there's a Lancaster bomber debris. Not much of. Just like a couple of scars, large scars with like molten aluminium. For the moment, along these paths, I'll see how they work out. Nearly grabbed on the barbed wire. That wouldn't have been too good. There's the mud. I expect in a few sections like this, but hopefully it'll all be fairly passable. White Peak farmland and farms to negotiate, which I'm not a fan of. Concessionary footpath. I need to get over there. Just here, so not too bad. A little slight diversion. That path was far better than I recall it. Certainly better than walking down the road. That is a ball lake. Don't like doing that. See car lights up there. That's where I'm parked, basically just up there. So I've come down through a few farmland and farmyards. So we're in roughly northish, I think. So I'm going to curl around the side of here, and the Junkers 88 is on this right hand flank around the corner yet. Not quite at it yet, just jumping the gun slightly. Alright, what we got here? Cross over the wall thing and along there. About 150 feet to the debris, so it's literally at the bottom of this cliff face. Gonna see if I can get down it sensibly. It looks like it's doable. I negotiate various trees and branches and thorn bushes, etc. Just got to sidestep my way down, and ideally I'll stop on my feet. Not use dead branches for guidance. I did that when I went over Doxey the other month. Grabbed hold of this branch to steady me, and it kind of gave way in my hand. Right, there you go. Some lumps of molten aluminium, and that's what's left of a German Junkers 88. So the path came low and I took the high pass, so I just had to down climb this one. So there's the debris. I'll just have a faff. So I've got a choice here. There's a path there what goes along, cuts up the fields, and it intersects a path on there. Or there's this one here over the bridge and up there, which then takes me over onto that face over yonder, what's just sticking out. Lud's Church is in there, and then I'm going around the side of that and over the top of that one, and then back up over here. So again, just adds a little bit more trail. I've not walked, but not a lot. But out's better than out. Something a little bit new is always a bonus. The older bridge and the new bridge. Junkers is just on that cliff face over there, so just below that, so I've just had to curl around here. Not a bad route, not quite as steep as I visualised. I mean, it's up, don't get me wrong, but it's gradually up. So, Shutling's Low, Cheshire Matterhorn, as they call it. Right, let's see where we have to go from here. Yeah, I just got to get to the other side of that wall. Not quite got to go to the road. A little cut through here. Now, that way down to Gradback, takes the low path down, you can get back up to Lud's Church. That one I've just come down, that comes from the end of the Roaches, Roach End. And this one takes us over to Lud's Church itself, which as I expect to be a snotfest. I've seen more people on this section than they have on Rest at Walk, but that doesn't really surprise me. Again, a bit drier in here than I expected. There are some muddy sections, but so far not directly encountered them. Top entrance to Lud's Church, the other entrance here, and where it does it, there's two forks. There's that fork there, this fork here. I think there's one just over the other side, and then it goes down and turns to the right from this angle. You can cut through there to get to the other chasm, but not with this big rucksack on. They can't scramble out that way. Steady. If you're going to fall in, you've got to get it on camera. don't want to do it twice.
It's a bit, is there a way around or what?
This is it.
Oh yeah. The way out.
Yeah.
It's only wood. Not that deep actually, it's alright.
I'll take him off back.
Lud's Church. It's a bit muddy. Never seen it so busy. But I'm not unduly surprised. It's a sunny Sunday afternoon. Mudfest. A Mudfest that is, the path to Lud's Church. And that's it, just broke out the woods. Open air now and climbing. I'll be taking the left, which takes me up and over there, back to the Roaches. That should be it for Mudfests as well, I think. It's sort of this sort of trail now. Footrest of this, mostly anyway. The Roaches are similar sort of stuff. Yeah. And Coker Hill or Croker Hill, BT radio mast. Over there, that's one of them Ethels as well. Still got to pick that one up. There's about 3 or 4 down here, but they're all a bit white peakish to get to. Just come up that wall and I've broke left, so now the only way's up. This takes me straight back to Roach End, to the northern end of the Roaches itself. Yeah, there is a path from the gate that goes along the bottom and brings you out to the same location. Whew. But I'm on the high path, on the weights, and then takes me over there to the Roaches, and then Hens Cloud just sticking out the far right over there. So we're on the return leg now. I think I'll pull up a rock and have a tea break. Sounds like a plan. Take bag off 5 minutes. Croker Hill, Shutlins Low. That'll be Shining Tor, highest point in Cheshire. And the Cat and Fiddle runs just in front of it. And that hill over there, way in the distance, I believe is the Wrecking in Shropshire. Cars, more cars. So when I come in week, I am spoilt because you rarely see anybody. Parking's not an issue. So weekends, different kettle of fish. I appreciate not everybody can go out in the week, like, but it certainly makes a difference. So another down and up, and then say up to the trig point at the Roaches and the Lancaster. That up to the trig point's more of a slog than it looks. It's just like a gradual-ish thing, but it goes on forever. Especially when pumping a great rucksack. Right, come to the end of that Black Forest section, and now across the road and up there. Right, across the road, and the only way is up. I'm trying to push through to the top and not sort of call off at some of these inviting rock outcrops on the way. But we'll see how we go. It's deceiving because it's not that steep, but it just goes on and on and on. Still on the up of the Roaches, but we're getting there. Trig point just coming to view. There. Right, well, made it to the top. Just a couple of little micro stops. Roaches trig point. Seat car for me. So Roaches, Doxey pool over there, Hens Cloud, Ramshaw Rocks. The tank is over on that side over there. We'll go around here over Hens Cloud, back to Ramshaw Rocks, down that place, and the car is there on that junction. So I went down that footpath there, along that farmland, over to the Junkers 88. Down there somewhere, then over to Lud's Church, and back along that ridge to here. I'll just have a minute here and then go to Lancaster. Just a quick minute, quick blast on radio to my mate in Chesterfield, which ain't bad from here. So I've just dropped off the trig point there on the Roaches, and now heading down to the Lancaster crash site, which I'm not too far away from as it goes. The path's up the other side of them rocks there, so normally come to that rock outcrop and curl around the back of it, but there's a bit of a ATV trail coming this way, so the way I need to be, so I'll take that as a alternate. Also gives me a bit of extra coverage, and see if there's any more sort of random debris pools what I went aware of at this side, because I don't normally come up this neck of woods. Here's the come at it from the other side, just round back. I think basically it's just over here. It's just in the crux of some rocks. Yep. Certainly is. So that is all that remains of the Lancaster bomber. Not a lot. There's allegedly an engine or something down here, or some more debris, so what I'll try and do is I'll set up shop and I'll send drone down, see if I can find out. Just have a look up here. There's another little pool. Yeah, it's just here, hot scars, various like crosses and things. That's the Lancaster crash site just there, literally molten aluminium, just very short, small bits, nothing of note, and the trig point's literally just up there. So Lancaster trig point. I've just put car in as a destination. It's exactly 1 mile from here to the bottom of that road. There's a junction, and just above that farmland there, basically that's where car is. It's back on the path. Just done a bit of off-piste from the Lancaster. Just had a bit of a squirt round, sort of surrounding area before I intercepted back onto the path, but nothing seen other than the already known sites. So Roaches, Croker Hill, Jodrell Bank, radio telescope, Doxey pool, the Roaches trig point up there, Lancaster behind that rock outcrop while we're on. I've come across the Roaches, Doxey pool here, and now there's two ways to go. There's one that drops off down the right hand side and takes you below through the woods, I believe, and the other one goes left and down that rock out. If you follow up that rock out, you've got to scramble down quite a bit, so there is a path that goes off before that if you just want a path. It's sort of, that's caught me out a couple of times, to be fair, where I sort of carried on up and then I've had to, you know, get down to the path. But then at the transition of Cloud, instead of going up Cloud, I can go left, and then there's a path what scoots sort of diagonally and picks up the road near where I'm parked, or not too far from where I'm parked, so I can bypass Cloud and Ramshore Rocks. Still a couple of miles to go, but 2 rather than 4 sort of thing. So I've been here multiple times, but I've never been on this front face. No. So I'd potentially abseil it, but from the top down, not climbing up in the first place. On the descent. So I was going to go up Cloud, but I ain't got time. So I've got to come down here. I should intersect a path, cutting left, right. So I'll be braking left. I say that hopefully should take me through. I think goes through a bit of a field, outside some fields, and adjacent to farm, but then brings me out at the road. So that's a new one for me, even though I've had to cut short. I'm picking up bits I've not done before, so that's a positive. It gives me another route in the arsenal of a bug out, etc., if I need it in future, or to make it a shorter loop or whatever on this new path that goes around the side. So that's Cloud, that was the original option, and then up over Ramshore Rocks over there, but just not enough time. So this is the end of Roaches, this is the south end of it, and now onto like a farm access track. So I think this basically carries on to intercept the road. Right, Roaches trig point up there, Lancaster behind that rock outcrop. I'm just coming now to the end of this access farm access trail, and I've just got a bit of road walk up there, up to them farms, just up there, and behind them trees should be the car, and on to tarmac for the rest of the way. 8.78 miles, 4 hours 58 minutes, so 8 3/4 miles, 5 hours basically.